Parish President remarks and report. Mr. Jewell.
Thank you, Chairwoman. I'll take a second real quick to let the presentation get brought up on the screen. All right. First, we'll go into our Trash Bash recap. So this was the largest participation to date. Last year we had around 500 people participate. This year we had over 900 volunteers participate. That translated to 1,170 hours of service, more than 350 bags of garbage that were taken off of our streets and canals, 25 bags of recyclables. We partnered with Keep Louisiana Beautiful, and normally we do this in March. We push it to April to do it to coincide with Love the Boot and Keep Louisiana Beautiful and Earth Day. We also did household hazardous waste collection. The participation was overwhelming, literally, for them, and this is what we expected since the last time this was done was in 2019. I sent a letter last year to the committee that does this event and pleaded for them to do it last year, but they pushed it to this year. And but you know what? I want to take the opportunity to thank our residents for holding on to that stuff for so long and bringing it to the event. Pretty early on, we saw a huge roll-off container full of tires, and we found out that they were bringing another container, and that container got filled with tires as well. As you know, tires are something that people love to toss out because they're very difficult to dispose of. You got to usually pay, but this is an industry-sponsored event. I want to thank those industry partners who put that on. And again, we recognize that some people were turned away. We're going to work with those folks to make sure that we are more efficient next year, or that the event is more efficient in their use of the West Bank Bridge Park, and that it goes better. Hill Heights, want to show you guys that the sheet pile work is continuing over there. We believe that it's mostly complete, but the last bit of finishing work is taking place, and I was told that it will be completed by the end of May, just that section where the sheet pile was collapsing. The hydraulic bottleneck is still ongoing. They're working on the east side of the canal, installing sheet piles. You can see on the west side of the canal there in the photo that there are some Entergy power lines. Those lines need to be moved before we can get on that side, and so that is being coordinated with Entergy as we speak. And as you can see closer in the foreground here, there are pipelines. So the work will probably slow down when it gets to those pipelines because they're going to take great care not to damage any of those pipelines going through there. And then we believe that the west side should be done. Should be done by the end of May, and they'll be moving on to the west side to follow. So the east side will be done by the end of May. West side will follow right after that. Okay, we have a project going on. I want to bring our council out here when this project is complete. This is the West Bank filter upgrade. So work's ongoing at the West Bank Waterworks plant and nearing completion. So just some photos, as you can see here, of new piping that's been replaced, new pumps. Additionally, while it's not pictured, IDA repair at the West Bank billing office has begun, and our meter project that the council approved is 73% complete. I believe that was about 6,000 meters, or is it 3,000? I think it was 6,000 meters that are near completion, that are going out there at the parish. Monsanto Park, these are hurricane repairs to the tennis courts over there. So we took the opportunity to upgrade to LED lights and some sturdier poles. We hope these will stay standing in a hurricane. And so our tennis players are really excited that they get to take advantage of some of this nice weather we're having to play at night when it's cool. And we do have the court stripe for pickleball, so our residents can go out there and play pickleball. Pickleball is starting to pick up in St. Charles Parish. You're starting to see more of it. And so we'll be making sure to incorporate pickleball into our future plans. You can also play pickleball when it gets really hot this summer in the community center every Thursday We got the Fish Dat Rodeo coming up. Third annual Fish Dat Rodeo, May 20th at the Bonacary Spillway at the Lower Guide Boat Launch. It's a family-friendly event. All ages are invited to participate. There will be food, fun, and door prizes. Registration is open now through May 18th. Anglers 12 and under are $5 and $10 for 13 and older and boat captains. So we hope that everybody participates in this event. Last year, our participation doubled from the first year that we did it, so we're hoping that it doubles again. Cornhole has become quite a popular event in St. Charles Parish. This is another one that I think pretty much doubled from the first year that we had it. So registration for the G&O Cornhole League is now open through May 12th. Games will take place over a 10-week period at the Edward A. Dufresne Community Center on Tuesday evenings. Teams of 2 to 6 players and of all ages are welcome. And again, there's no age group, so you can mismatch age players on the same team. Registration is $100 per team, and this is a big event for us. Indoor soccer is also open for registration right now. Registration for players U10 through high school now open. Games begin June 12th and will take place at Landry Gym on Tuesday and Thursday for 6 weeks. Registration is $50 per player. More information at stcharlessoccer.com. Older Americans Month, as you know, Parks and Recreation, RSVP, and Council on Aging will have Older Americans Month celebration. Older Americans Month celebration. Sorry, I feel like
my glasses?
Yeah, can you give them to me? Just my proximity to you is kind of making me old. May 25th from 9:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Edward A. Dufresne Community Center. Elvis will be in the building. We want you all to know that. Make sure to come out and see Elvis. All seniors and adults 55 and older are welcome to attend. People are encouraged to call 985-331-9701 to RSVP by May 11th. Again, I'll repeat that, 985-331-9701 to RSVP by May 11th. And for those in need of transportation, they should call 985-783-6683. Again, if you need transportation to this event, we want you to call 985-783-6683. RSVP's Crawfish Boil is taking place this Thursday, April 27th. This is the annual RSVP Crawfish Boil from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the West Bank Bridge Park. This event is by invitation only for RSVP members that have completed their required number of service hours. We are inviting the council members who want to come out and just thank the seniors for their volunteerism and for their service. Next, we have the turf tank. Well, I know we talked about this at the last meeting. We were going to have a demo this Thursday before the RSVP Crawfish Boil. It looks like that date won't work for most of our council members, so we are going to reschedule that on a day where anyone who wants to come and see it in action can come and see it and see the benefits that it is going to bring, not only to the quality of our fields, but to our ability to have our employees in our parks more and doing the work that needs to be done to keep them maintained. All right, over to the to the courthouse. Over the weekend, a big milestone in the renovation was completed. Steel beams were installed on the roof, and so we were able to perform this while not being in the office. There was a huge crane out there. You can kind of see it to the left, and those steel beams are certainly not small by any means. So the work is ongoing, and we will keep you all updated as it continues. Last but not least, St. Charles Clean Fuels made an announcement last week that it's exploring the feasibility of building a $4.6 billion blue ammonia production and export facility in St. Rose at IMTT. This expansion has the potential to lead to 1,165 construction jobs, 1,165 jobs in the region and 2,000 construction jobs. So we are excited to learn more about that, and we'll be working with St. Charles Clean Fuels and the council members as that moves forward. And that concludes my report for today.
Thank
You know
you.
what, actually, I forgot one deal here. I had a note, I'm sorry. We spoke about flood insurance earlier. Councilwoman Cormier talked about the need to purchase it, but she also mentioned that there are some serious issues with NFIP and risk rating 2.0. St. Charles Parish put in a public records request for the model for St. Charles Parish. We wanted to know how they are developing these numbers. In some areas of the parish, we're seeing as high as 725% increases. My own flood insurance is going to go up 400%. So it's affecting everybody. It's a big deal, and we believe, just like bigger waters would have done, that this is going to have a devastating impact on Southeast Louisiana, an area that literally fuels and feeds the world. If you look at what passes through this river, if you look at the industries along this river, and you look at who is working there, if people can't afford to live here, well, there will be no people to work in these industries. And so we were denied that public records request. We appealed it. That was denied. And so we are taking the next steps to attempt to secure that information from FEMA. And so more information will be forthcoming on that. But I wanted to mention that while we are being proactive with Attorney General Jeff Landry's suit as well, we're filling out that complaint. If you receive those Coalition for Sustainable Flood Insurance emails, CSFI emails, you'll see that AG Landry is doing a complaint and a lawsuit against FEMA. We're doing the necessary steps to sign on to that. We're also taking the necessary steps to get the information that we requested through FEMA as well. So I just want to make the council aware and keep you up to date as we know more.